So it's Saturday dinner time there now. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. Like it's, oh wow, we're in so lucky. I think it's 18 or 19 degrees. So this morning we just fenced off another area for the cows, that kind of temporary job. Used a whole kilometre of white wire for all the boundaries. We're right beside a massive forestry, like 30 acres, so I suppose we wanted to make sure that we didn't lose the calves inside there. So we got that done, and we drew up another 2 loads of cows and calves, so 8 more cows and actually 9 calves because the twinnies went up. So you would have seen the loading and unloading of them. They're absolutely delighted. Such nice weather to be letting them out. I'm just up here now in Newport, and I'm going to fence another field now for the few cull cows. So the ones that I'm not going bulling again. Some of them are old, some of them aren't just producing quality calves, and then there's one of them that's just a bit of a loony, so she's gonna go. Yeah, so I'll get that fenced here now, and hopefully all going well, I'll bring up those last couple of cows and calves out of the shed, and yeah, that shed then will be fully empty, which will be fucking great. It'll be one less place to be scraping and feeding cattle, etc. So yeah, that's the plan for today. Another evening's fencing done. Just this said no fence along here, and that's the river, so just ran up along and then up along there. This was fully covered in, and the lads got rid of it all along here so that we could fence it, but this will probably be reseeded, I'd say next year, maybe, all going to plan. I don't think we'll get around to it this year because we're doing quite a bit elsewhere. But yeah, I think we'll call it a night, but you wouldn't mind fencing now. It's very peaceful down here. Great to see him bulling. I think there's actually 2 bulling. I think she might be, and one of them Charlie's. You know the cattle are content when you put new gap handles up, and they never came down nosying. If there's anything about bucket reared cattle, they're the nosiest feckers. The neighbour is after kindly letting us, if you can't see that flashing at all, but it's actually up to 7,000. we were using a battery fencer, but it just wasn't going to be strong enough the more fencing we done. So the neighbours really kindly, after letting us plug in our fencer into his shed, we're waiting 3 months as it is for the ESV to come out and connect us up, and seemingly we could be waiting another 3 to 6 months. The wait now is 6 to 9 months for new connections, which is a disaster. But yeah, the only thing we really need is the fencer, so it's great now to have a good strong current. Full load of cows on, loading them in a pair of runners, 17 degrees. What more could we ask? Blue skies in the first week of April. Little did she know it was all going to go to shit after this. No interest. So I just let off the cows and calves there. They're the cull cows that won't be going to the bulls, so they're just coming up to a separate place. 2 of them, it's just, they're wild. One of them just was dodgy after calving, and the other one is just really, really flighty. It just drives everything else around her mad. And their calves are the same. When we were dehorning, even last week, the red calf gave me a right kick into the leg, and she wasn't even being dehorned. So they're just mad. Like, even when I let them out of the trailer there, every other time I've done that for all the other cows and calves, they just walk down off the box and go off. But they just took off like bullets, ran through electric fences, broke the temporary fence in half. The cows then went ballistic. I had to run off then because they could have actually gone up into the yard, because that's why I had the temporary fence up. I still had to finish fencing off, and I had to put up more temporary fences to get them back to where they should have been, and they're just fucking mad. Like, so that's why I just don't put up with cattle that are cows that are mad, is because they just produce calves that are mad, and they just cause me hardship. And the cull price is good at the minute, so like there's no excuse for keeping mad jokes. There's enough hardship in life, and there's enough quiet cows out there without keeping them. So yeah, they won't see the bull now. They'll be just kept separate, and yeah, I have some lovely heifers coming on anyway, so there's no fear. I was planning on bringing home the heifers I'm going selling. Can you see them? No, wrong way. Them, but the trailer's actually parked in my way. I didn't realise in front of the door I need to load them from, and there's no tractor up here to move it, so I didn't realise that until now, so I don't know what way I'll do it. If I wasn't on my own, I'd be able to load them out the other door, but I don't think I'm going to chance that now, so we'll see. I started keeping an eye on how much meal I'm topping up the feeders by. So I just done a calculation there on over the weekend, and they're eating 1.38, so say 1.4 kg per head, and the majority of them have just started the weaning today. So over the next 14 days they'll go from 6 to 2 kilos, or 6 to 2 litres, and then they'll stay on 2 litres for, is it 5 or 6 days, and then they'll be fully off. So I'll keep an eye on it, and I guarantee you over the next 2 weeks when the milk starts dropping, their concentrate intake is going to keep rising and rising and rising, and they should be up to over 2 kilos by the time they're actually fully weaned off milk. So they're going mad for straw. They've most of that bale ate, like all along here. I've just straw threw in on top of it. They're going mad for straw. Just give them a bed down there, so they're full of their fun. But yeah, they're absolutely flying it now. There's no fear of them. That's what you like to see. They're as happy as Larry. The cattle are just gone into the field now. We're going reseeding so they can graze it off. Some evening. Plan then is just to spray a Roundup, so I'll graze them fairly tight there now on this. Get it skint and go in with Roundup then when it greens up a bit again. The cow that had the twins is actually bulling, which is great. And there's another Charlie heifer bulling as well, and I think she might be actually coming around too, so it's great to see. Silage in April. This field was just full of rushes. Look at the butts. They were probably, I'd say 10-15 years old. They mowed them and raked them, and we're going to bale them just to get rid of them, because what you can see there from the swarts, like how big they are. They're nearly up to my waist. So there's no way of getting rid of the shit off it to clean it up a bit. We're going reseeding some of them, not this one. We just can't reseed them all the 1 year, but at least it'll clean it off and we can get the cows grazing it and keep them topped. But yeah, mad how heavy they are. We couldn't even walk this field when we came to view it to buy it. The rushes were up over the gator. So look at the butts. They tried to mulch this and it kept clogging the mulcher. So if anyone has any recommendations of how to, or what to do next with this, we'd happily take them. It's mad, like the ground is solid and there was that much rushes on it. There's a few wet spots down there, but like there's a drain to drain into, but like it's hard as a rock. These are the 4 heifers that are going to the mart in the morning. I think the lightest 370 up to, I think one of them is 430 maybe. They're 12 to 13 months old, so comment now how much you think they'll make, and I'll put up hopefully the prices. I won't be able to go to the mart tomorrow, I'm working, so yeah, we'll see how they get on. Cubicle trained and all. Just going to put these into the yard for the lad collecting them. Liam's going to bring them to the mart because I'm working, so we'll watch them online. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, out you go. Come on. Go on, you're going to miss the boat. Come on.
379. This one I think the same in 440 kilos. 17 is about 70 only 16 is about 60 with a bit 16 50 with a bit 50 with a bit 1500 50 with a bit 50 with a bit 16 with a bit 60 with a bit 16 20 40 16 with a bit 16 80 1700 70 with a bit 70 with a bit 17 20 40 with a bit 60 with a bit 70 with a bit 70 with a 70 60 with a 70 but no 70 all the way up for 70 with a 80 70 1800 18 with a 1800 1820 1820 with a 1820 1820 now sell it out 1820 all the way up for 1840 online gets you 50 1850 with a 1850, 1860, 1870, 1870, 1870, 1880, 1880 with an 1880, 1880 with an 1880 with a bit 18 set it out. He gets the also now 1880, 1880 with an 1880, 1880, 1880 with an 1880 with a bit 18 last time, 1880, 1880, 90, 1890, 1890 with a 1890, 1900, 1910, 1910 new winner at 1910, 19 set it out, 1910 move out, 1910 you're at the back at 1910, 1910, 1910 last time, 1910, you're out against you at 1910. This one is after a trim.
Okay, I'll just save you watching all the other ones going through the mart, but really happy with how they done. The second one was a bit flighty, so I reckon it affected our price a bit, but yeah, like price per kilo is absolutely fantastic, like 450, 420, just absolute madness for yearling heifers, so very happy. All the rushes are baled up. He has about 140 I think so far, and he still has 2 fields to go, so we think there's going to be about 200 of them free to go home. They're going up in Dundee first to take and get some. So yeah, we're getting some spell now. They're dry as hell, so ideal. We give the calves a run of the yard this evening. They've settled down a bit. They were out 2 minutes and they broke a water pipe out of the wall. So anyway, so they can go back in. To be honest, the only reason I've let them out is the shed was just way too hot and stuffy, and I just couldn't. I was opening every door and it just wasn't making any difference. So they can come and go from the yard. Tonight isn't as cold. There was frost last night, but tonight's staying around 6-7 degrees, so they can come and go. I'll put these up on this gate now as well. And yeah, there should be no fear of them now. They'll stay motoring. So yeah, get them hardied up. A nice pair. Have my coxy calf on a course of antibiotics now. Just not getting any better, not getting any worse either, but I just thought she'd be out of it by now, so just spoke to the vet and we're going to put her back on, or not back, she never got a course of antibiotics, so we're going to put her on a course and see. This is the cow roaring. And see does it help. Like she's just not thriving. Like the blood isn't in her dung, that's there from previously, but look at her grinding her teeth now. She's on painkillers as well, so I don't know. I'd like her to be doing better.